It's a funny one because it's not easy, but to some people it seems like it's not a problem.
Ah,
You know, you can't go out and say, "Oh my God, I had this good upbringing," but what might be an issue to me,
yes,
to other people, it might seem like something very minimal.
yes,
But I don't feel like that.
yeah. And the people who are also there for us, they were doing the best they can. They could
True.
at that point, right?
Yeah.
And so you kind of wonder, where do I throw in the blame, and you want to blame yourself. I don't know whether that happened.
Oh no, definitely, definitely. It's
Yes,
always
yes.
how can I fix me?
Yes, how can I fix me? Right,
Yeah.
yes. So, what was what were your coping? You've told me something that your music, was your coping mechanism, and you found rather a tribe, or rather a family in
Yeah.
music.
Through
Yes. So, can you walk me through the journey of music?
well, music for me was always mom, thank you. At first it was something that was forced onto me as a child, and you can imagine you hated it at first.
Talk to me about that, because for some of us, when we go to search, we are told no, like music ni ya uhuni. Hiyo ni ya uhuni, usiende kule. But for you, it is being introduced to you early.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
For me, I feel like it was something where my mom was trying to get me more cultured, introduce me to things that weren't the norm. She didn't want her kid just hanging around doing nothing.
Yes.
And like I said, you have your friends, you always want to be your friend around them.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So for me, at first, I was very combative towards the idea of why is it on Saturday? I can't go and just play football with guys. I have to go and sit and play piano.
Yes.
And things like that. And in the beginning, it was it was a struggle.
Yes.
But later on in life, it's the one that came around and found me.
Wow. So do you think that mom was right introducing you to that early? Like she saw way ahead?
Possibly.
Possibly.
You know,
Would you want to tell about something?
Mom, what would I tell you? Mom, thank you.
Thank you.
I think that would sum everything up.
Yes, wonderful. So, and the struggles. Have you met any struggles in music?
Oh, definitely, definitely. The industry locally is an up and down thing.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, for instance, I went to study abroad to do music, and I remember my first year in university. I had a group of friends who had a very, very successful group going on.
Yes.
And it was going well to the point that I quit. I quit school thinking that things are going to be happening for us over here. And only to come back to Kenya and then find, okay, the group has broken up.
Oh.
And then, so now you have to start your own personal journey.
Yes.
I noticed the big thing is that we tend to try to latch on to what someone else is doing. And that might be detrimental to your own actual path.
Yes.
If that goes to say. So struggles musically, I would say, is mostly with trying to find money.
Trying to find money.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the journey of finding yourself, because as you're looking for something in music, but there's also a gap of finding yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see, you've gone to the UK, you found people, you find that these are not, they formed a group, you felt that this was a place that you belonged, you felt like you belonged, and then later you come in and that was not it. How did you find your journey back to yourself?
It's a very good question. I think I'm still on that journey.
Yes.
But, well, for me, it was clearly, first of all, to realize that I could only find validation through me and not through the tribe like we had called it before.
I love that a lot. Yes.
I had to realize that regardless of that, you have to find your value in yourself.
Wonderful.
And once you're able to capture that, there's a lot of peace that comes with it inside.
Yes, very true.
You
Very
don't run around trying to prove yourself anymore to anyone. And you know where you're trying to go, not where we.
Exactly.
Where we are going
Exactly.
might be to the bar.
I know, right? Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I would say just realizing that I matter more than everyone else was very important. Yeah.
And so, is what role did your mom play in helping you finding yourself back to yourself?
Well,
did she warn you, as the most of African mothers?
Yeah, I feel like they always warn you.
Yeah.
But I believe everyone should have walk your own road. And like I said again, with my mom, she was more the supportive type in the sense of she'd be like, okay, that didn't work out, so why don't you go back to school? Let's finish that. Let's finish that degree. Let's go on. And I would say that's where she was mainly encouraging in the sense of you can always have something to fall back on.
That's true.
But ultimately, it was my walk to walk, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you have any regrets for dropping out?
Well, I mean, I did finish eventually.
Okay.
And actually, no, because I believe that break, if I just finished school immediately, I wouldn't have grown as a person. I wouldn't have learned the lessons I needed to learn to be that guy I am today. I would have just come back the same naive child, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. It does. So how did your setbacks change your perspective on life and your aspirations?
For one, I was taught to become more empathetic and understanding. Also realizing the surrounding I'm in. I feel like to a degree, I was born into this kind of bubble.
Yeah.
Where you might be safe and secure, but not understand. Like I remember my first job, I would never eat lunch with the guys. You know, and I had to learn that you have to be part of a team.
Yes.
And like little things like that, they matter.
Yes.
And I would say that's the biggest lessons I've taken out. Like just learning how to be and not,
And not to worry or seek validation from others.
And even just learn how to be a team player.
A team player, right?
I would have been a very, 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 what would you call it? Stuck up.
Yes.
Sometimes it looks like that. You know, you might be like, oh no, I can't eat over here.
Yes.
Or I can't do that over there. But then you realize, no, this is what life is about, and not every day is it that you'll be able to be in a privileged situation, which was very, very, very vital to me.
Yeah. Do you feel like it was that the reason why you didn't want to be around other people, it's because of what you saw at home?
Probably, because we are a very introverted household in the sense everyone just does their own thing. So I guess I was just reflecting what I see at home, I guess.
Okay, so like, did you also develop skills or strengths during the struggles, like the struggles when you're trying to find yourself, that you use in your current life? Tell me about the music and how you help people, because you've come out to me as a person who's very helpful. I've seen you run around our set, and that tells me something, that you were brought up well and very disciplined, and you've brought that even into the marketplace. Do you feel like it is your duty to help other people?
Definitely. Definitely. I feel like, what's the saying? You should always bring something into the room that you're in.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
You can't just be there. Otherwise, you become purposeless. And I believe, even though it's doing the smallest thing, just help out where you can and fit in where you can. And it's important to carry yourself like that in life. I believe that.
Wow. So, what are your current goals?
My goals.
Yes.
Um,
If you can share some with us.
I would like to one, start a family. But career-wise and in terms of as Chris the professional, I mean, I would like to have my own studio. Eventually have a school where I can teach guys about production and stuff like that, because it's a very important thing. And find a way to do some charitable things, something that can help the community at large, not just someone who's putting something in my pocket.
Okay.
I would say that's my biggest goal. I would tell my younger self that it's okay.